True.
I'm gonna online peek this.
Keep going, keep fighting.
He's crazy, dude. Honestly, I think this makes opping on Clove pretty viable. Like, you can op on like any agent, really. Obviously, like Jett and Chamber are the ones that are gonna get the most value out of opping. I didn't even think about this. The disadvantage that the op has with peeking is essentially nullified by Clove's speed boost, which is crazy. I think Clove is gonna be a good opper. If you're interested in free VOD reviews, check out my Discord in the description below. These will be done live on my stream every Friday. Just make sure to read the rules and requirements before submitting your VOD. All right, back to the video.
Thanks. Nice. Under hell. Good job. I have a short smoke. Just give it a second.
I'm gonna try to net default.
On you, huh?
This is also something that like every Clove should try to get used to, and that's either asking your teammates what they want smoked, or sometimes you have that understanding of what a good smoke in this situation is, because sometimes you just got to drop a smoke as fast as possible in like a spot that makes sense. The bomb's already down, so TenZ could smoke the bomb if you wanted to, but it's possible that the attackers are still like playing front sight and they could just use that smoke to their advantage. He has another smoke coming up too, so this short smoke is fine, and it'll allow his teammates to either go through U-Haul and then fight front sight where the enemies are, and then his second smoke can be used on the bomb to defuse. So this first smoke makes sense to me. Just tell your teammates what you're smoking.
Actually, I'll smoke you. I smoked you. I'm gonna smoke spike and knife.
One short.
Okay, so he smoked U-Haul instead,
Ding short.
and then he smoked spike. Yeah, which makes sense.
They have to respect that you're on it, I think so.
55. He's one body shot.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Good job.
Loud left.
Perfect.
Go.
I'll do a slightly deeper smoke.
Sometimes in chokes, you want to smoke deeper into the choke. To me, this would make more sense if Skye was still alive, because the Skye can flash out of the smoke and do like a little pop flash like right here. So if you do a deeper smoke, you can kind of tuck deeper into this corner. If the smoke was up here, for example, then the pop flash is covering everything from like, you know, this line over, right? They're going to have to like turn from the flash. But if they tuck deeper into this corner and the flash comes out and pops here, then they can actually just avoid the flash altogether. When the Viper peeks out of this smoke, they're gonna have to be aiming at like a weird angle, and if the smoke was flush here, when they peek out, they can like line up their pre-fire with this corner where the Jett's playing. They won't have to adjust their crosshair as much. So if they're coming out of this smoke, their crosshair is gonna have to be at some kind of like awkward angle, and that makes it easier fight for the Jett. So I think that's why, you know, TenZ decide to smoke deeper into the choke like this.
Good job. I decayed myself.
Now he's got the speed boost.
What the? I swear, was I like?
This heal is essentially better than Reyna because you heal like instantly. You can actually like dip out of an open lane so that you can heal. Obviously, the other benefit is that you can keep fighting. So I think when you have that speed boost, abusing wide swings is probably going to be like a lot more favorable in a straight up 50-50 gunfight. So you see how fast he swung out like that? The Skye was probably pre-aiming that and had to like adjust, and that's why they whiffed a bunch of shots. And even though TenZ kind of whiffed too, it just gave him more time since that speed boost helped him swing all the way out really fast. True.
I'm gonna online peek this.
Oh my god, okay.
Keep going, keep fighting.
He's crazy, dude. Honestly, I think this makes opping on Clove pretty viable.
I'm gonna online peek this.
Like, you see how fast he peaked? Like, that was like a normal speed peak. The disadvantage that the op has with peaking is essentially nullified by Clove's speed boost, which is crazy. I think Clove is going to be a good opper. The other thing I was going to talk about with the heal is, like, even if you don't have to heal, you can still use the ability if you have a weapon that's like a slower movement speed, like an op. Like, you don't always have to use it to heal.
Flashing back to that, flashing back to that.
Wait, on site in 2.
One enemy remaining.
I'm gonna make the smart play.
I'm so happy TenZ did this. Notice how he doesn't heal right away. And see how the bar is just about to go down. This is how much time you have to use the heal. So notice how he uses at the very last second, like right now, because the overheal doesn't last that long. He wants this overheal to last as long as possible, and he needs to wait for this Viper to rotate. So that's why he delays using the heal. He's just trying to optimize like how long this overheals up and the speed boost is up. But you also need to do it in the right situation. Sometimes you just want to heal right away when it's hectic and there's a lot of enemies around. See, like now it's done, but he tried to optimize how long it was up before the Viper got there. So notice here that Cryo used his last smoke for his teammates to get on site. And this is a anti-eco round, right? So his teammates are taking site, use his last smoke, and he has this heal up. So now he's just gonna go become a duelist now. This is kind of the idea of that like pseudo duelist sort of role that Clove can take on. It's sort of similar when Brimstone uses all of his smokes in utility. At that point, you go for fights. You don't have any utility left. You might as well just go take fights in this situation. Got the heal up. Now he has full armor, full shield.
One enemy remaining.
Oh shit.
Grabbing orb.
I'll drop bomb, get all.
So yeah, get rid of bomb because now you have ult, so you might as well turn into that duelist mode again. So here's a kind of an idea of when to use this ability. The decay orb or decay grenade, whatever you want to call it, it's almost a way to lead with fights. This is a kind of a concept you get from Counter-Strike actually. In Counter-Strike, before they execute on a site, they'll use a ton of utility, right? They'll throw flashes, smokes, and then they'll throw some like frag grenades or mollies or something like that in areas where they think the defenders are playing. Same with like raise grenade. You can kind of use that to initiate the fight and do a little bit of like chip damage so that you give yourself a little bit more of an advantage in the fight. So that's kind of what this does in a way. I would just kind of treat this as like a setup grenade. And he has his ult up, so now he's just going full like balls to the wall, like just going for kills. It's like, no problem. I'm back. No problem. I think in this situation, what he could have done is peek out of the smoke and then come back in while you're in that like Reyna dismiss phase. So you can see if anyone's there, maybe swing again after and get the pick. He could get that info for his teammates and then they swing out together and get the kill. This is a perfectly fine way to do it. Cancel the dismiss so that you come back to normal and then you swing out the smoke and go for the kills. So let's see if he can actually capitalize off of it. Saw Clove on minimap. Nice and easy, go for the pick.
Too bad.
One enemy remaining.
Really well done with that peek.
Last player standing.
And now he's in a 1v1.
Oh,
18 health. It's looking tough.
fuck.
This guy's just running after him. Nasty.
Oh shit.
Just disrespected. That's what Cryo does. He disrespects. So yeah, that's a good example of kind of how to use the ult aggressively, and he won the round because of it. Lurking with Clove might not be as good because of the fact that when she dies, yes, she can use smokes, right? But the smokes won't be able to reach as far if your team is kind of hitting another site like A and you're lurking B, for example. So let's just say you lurk up into B, Omen surprise kills you. Okay, now you can smoke, right? But you either have to like call your team back to B if there's a lot of resistance at A and be like, I can smoke for you guys at B, but if you're at A, that's going to be a problem for me because I can basically only reach all the way until mid, which isn't really doing anything. You kind of want to make sure that you're playing close enough to the team if you do go on a lurk, but even then it might not be that good. So I would say you probably want to stick close to the team more often than not, especially if you're fulfilling sort of this like pseudo duelist role. But there are exceptions, and I think there's one in this clip coming up that we can take a look at. So here's a pretty good example of an exception to the rule about lurking. I think defense lurks with Clove can be actually a lot better because if you have your ult up, especially, you're taking a very minimal risk when you do go on the lurk. And notice how Derke is also kind of staying close to the site where the enemies are potentially hitting, so that if he needs to smoke after he dies, he can still smoke for his team and even provide a smoke on the bomb potentially if he needs to. So this is an example of like an exception to like the don't lurk as Clove idea. And I think it's definitely more viable on defense than it is on attack. So telling his teammates to wait, he's got a good timing and gets 2 picks.
Player standing. One
Nice.
enemy remaining.
Please.
1v1 with the Clove ult. Cypher just dodging.
This is actually good. Lol.
And Clove dies.
Well done.
Beautifully played
I
by
did
the
my
Cypher.
job.
To win this round, all the Cypher needs to do is just hide from the Clove. That's it. You don't have to take the fight. Clove is getting desperate because the bomb is ticking down. I think people are going to start realizing this when they play Cloves. Is like, if Clove ults and you have the opportunity to run, probably should. There's no reason to take the 1v1. It's almost as bad as taking a fight against the Phoenix ult. It's pretty much the same thing. It's like, if you're in this situation, just book it. Just like run away.
No peeking.
Woohoo!
This is so money.
A possible change I could see, like a nerf potentially for Clove, is that you get 2 smokes when you die max, but after you use those 2 smokes, you don't get any more. Like, I think that's potentially a fair way to balance it. Like, the death smokes in general are really good, especially if you have 2. If you die at the beginning of the round, you can still have impact throughout the entire round. I think like a way to potentially lower that power a little bit is to only allow 2 smokes after you die, and then you're capped. So if you're playing with a Raze, right?
Yeah, I'm wondering it.
And the Raze is throwing their nade, you can just combo your Q with the Naze raid. The Raze nade. I am tired. You can essentially just combo those abilities and just do a ton of damage potentially.
Raise.
One enemy remaining. Spike planted.
After M80 wins this year, Ascension should be easy for next year.
Ah, oh, it's not TSM.
Give me.
Yo! Wait, he's there?
Oh my god.
No,
Jump
I
scare.
want it!
I think Sam just got collided there. 39 health. So he's like, I have ult, I'm going out first. You see how he used the decay grenade again to kind of like initiate his execute and initiate the fight. That's probably how most people are going to use this on attack. Yeah, he has 39 health here, so he's going to be the first out ahead of his duelist, because why would his duelist take the risk when he's the one that has the ult up and he can just take a free fight essentially and then pop his ult, come back out, and then he can go out again with his duelist potentially.
All my HP.
So yeah, dies, pops ult, pings the enemy, goes back in smoke to be safe. Okay, flashes. Doesn't really wait for the flash, but who cares? And now he's just going, you know, he's in duelist mode now.
It's me on the way out.
But 2v2, so he's gonna play it a little slow. Lurk behind him.
One enemy remaining.
He knows last one's market, so nice and easy.
Give me Gangalanch?
Obviously, great picks, you know, good aim. But yeah, played that very well. That's exactly how these guys are using them at the pro level or high elo level. So if you are someone that hasn't really dabbled in smokes, now you can play smokes and play like a duelist. So for all the Reyna jet mains out there that have to fill and play smokes, here's your agent. Here you go. I think potentially we'll see a nerf to the heal, maybe not being like global, like a global heal where you have to maybe be line of sight, like with like a Reyna orb. Maybe the death smokes can only use 2 of the smokes. And once you use these 2 smokes, then no more smokes while you're dead to kind of like reduce the impact you have after you die. But who knows? I don't know how they'll change Clove. Maybe they'll stay like this for a while. We'll just kind of have to see. But for now, if you are a controller and you want to play someone new and you like going for kills, Clove is the pick for you. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see from me in the future. Subscribe for more videos like this one and check out this one next for more. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.